Okay, today's the Yortzeit of the Ari, and so I'd like to say a couple words about him. So Ari was born in 1572, or actually passed away in 1572, and he didn't live that much. He was around 37-year-old when he passed away. So the Ari was very, very important in the world of Kabbalah because all the Ketvei Ari that we have that he transmitted to Rav Chaim Vital, it's all from the Ari. And the really ways the Ari getting it, getting from the Zohar. The Zohar, as we know, the author is Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. It's very concealed, like it's very hard to understand. And the Ari was the one that opened all the secrets to us of the upper worlds and everything, and the Kavanot and the Yichudim. It's all from the Ari explains it. So when Ari was young, around 35 years old. I mean, he was all these years studying huge amounts of hours, 6 days a week. He used to seclude himself, and then in the seventh day he used to come home for the Shabbat. And Eliyahu Navi was teaching him, and Eliyahu Navi told him, "Listen, your time is up soon, and you need to give all this over to Rav Chaim Vital." Rav Chaim Vital, his neshama was a huge neshama, huge soul, very holy, and he said you have to transmit all this to him, and he's gonna pass it down to the rest of the generations later, right? So Rav Chaim Vital, he told him you have to go to Tzfat now in Israel, and Rav Chaim Vital actually was not there at that time. He was in Syria, Damascus, learning, teaching there. And every single day, so Ari with his family moved to Israel, to Tzfat, and over there he went to the Rav Moshe Cordovero, to his yeshiva. He came in there. Rav Moshe Cordovero right away knew that this is a righteous person, but he didn't say anything because the Ari did not want to be revealed. And Rav Chaim Vital started getting dreams every single day. The Ari was going into his dreams that you need to come to Tzfat because I have a lot of thought I have to teach you, only to you. And it happened to him once, twice, three. He was not sure if this is, he himself was a big scholar, big Rabbi Rav Chaim Vital. So he thought, and then he did go. He went to Tzfat to see if this is true. Before that, what happened was, Rav Moshe Cordovero, one of the big Mekubalim too, I think around half a year after the Ari was there, he passed away. But before he passed away, his students asked him, "Rabbi, who's going to be the next one?" He said, "Don't worry. There is someone that I'm not going to say right now who he is because he doesn't want to be revealed, as I mentioned. But the day I die," he said, Moshe Cordovero, the day I die, he's going to see something that all you guys are not going to see, and you will know that this is him." So the day that he passed away, Moshe Cordovero, they wanted to bury him. What happened was they are about to bury him, let's say in this place. The Ari says, no. I see a huge light coming from there, he should be buried there. Huge beam coming from heaven, this is probably where you should bury him. And they right away remember the rabbi's word that this person is going to see something you guys are not going to see, and you know that he's going to be your rabbi. And he knows a lot. He is going to contradict what I say, but don't worry, what Moshe Cordovero was talking about was before the worlds of the Olam HaLikudim, where all the breaking of the vessels was. And Rav Chaim Vital and the Ari is going to be talking mostly about the tikkun, the fixing of the worlds. So basically, even it looks like in an argument, we really are not. Okay, so they knew he was the one. He was teaching there after Moshe Cordovero. And Rav Chaim Vital came from Syria, from Damascus, to the yeshiva where Ari was teaching. Right away when he saw him, the Ari smiled. He knew that this is Rav Chaim Vital. Rav Chaim Vital wasn't sure because Rav Chaim Vital himself knew a lot of Zohar and Kabbalah. So he said, "I'm going to test the Ari." So it's things that he knew. He tested the Ari. Ari gave him way deeper explanation. He was shocked. Then he did another one. He said, "Okay, maybe he's good at this area of the Kabbalah. Let me ask him another question." He asked him another question, and the Ari gave him huge answers. He was very shocked, very deep that he did not even know. Then he thought to himself, you know what, maybe I do need him. He looks like he knows a lot. I'm going to ask him a question, something I don't know. The Ari did not like that. He told him, listen, I'm not going to give you an answer, he said. Till now you were testing me. So Chaim Vital was very broken with that. He fasted a couple of days and cried that he really wants to know the Kabbalah, wants to serve Hashem properly. And he came back to Dari after repentance, and now Dari was able to teach him, because it cannot be, a student has to be humbled, has to humble himself next to the rabbi. So he did now, and Dari was teaching him. He told him, I came only for you. This is only for you. But the Chaim Vital thought to himself, listen, I'm probably being tested from heaven, that I don't want to be selfish, I want other people to learn. So he used to bring people to him and more students to him, and Ari used to warn him, please don't do it, I'm only here for you. Transmit this Torah to you only. Chaim Vital was stubborn, he was trying to be a righteous person, and whatever it was. And after that, the thing is that the Ari, anything of Chaim Vital I was asking, he had to answer him. This is how it was supposed to be. That he has to transmit everything to him, and he has to tell him all the answers. But it was supposed to be more one-on-one. And since he used to bring students there, and he used to ask him questions, Ari had to answer him. The first time he did it was a very deep secret. He should not have answered in front of people. That Chaim Vital was pushing it. He had a decree on his son. Ari's son died because of that. After that, later on was another one, and Ari says Chaim Vital was pushing him to tell him that secret of the Ayala, and he did tell him in front of the students. He told him it's gonna be a big bad decree if we're gonna do it. He didn't want to say it, but Chaim Vital was pushing. He did mention the secret, and it was decreed for the Ari to die. Had the Ari lived a couple more years, we would even had the Gemara explanation. Deeper explanation that we have, according to the Kabbalah, that Ari would have revealed it. And anyways, he said I probably have a couple more months, and he said they were sitting down together in the fields with all the students. He was putting out all the secrets, because anyways he would die. And even the Yetzirah, they had a beam of light, spiritual beam of light, that even the Yetzirah, the evil inclination, could not even walk in there. As we know, with Rabbi Shmuel Bar Yochai. So he was teaching them all of it. The Ari was, there's so much things to say about the Ari. The Ari was, he knew the languages of trees, of animals, of Gilgulim, reincarnations, where a person comes from Adam HaRishon, where a person, how he's connected to upper worlds, which areas, which sphirot, which parts of him. He was something unbelievable. He was even able to take a person's soul out, talk to him, and put it back in. He was something unbelievable. He knew the Torah all over. His rabbis, the Radbaz was his rabbi. The Rav Ashkenazi, from the Shita Mekubetzet, he was his rabbi too. If it wasn't for the Ari, we would not have the Ketvei Ari, obviously. But to explain the Zohar was very hard to explain the Zohar. Only through the Ketvei Ari we were able to understand it properly. So what happened was, the Ari told them and warned them not to have fights between them, because we know peace is, for a person wants blessing in life, peace is one of the big things. It's a vessel for blessing, right? And the opposite, if there's machloket, arguments and stuff, it's a chariot for the evil inclination to come. So he told them to be very careful, and there were two arguments between the students, his students, but between the two wives, and obviously the husbands got involved. And he stopped it the first time. Second time it happened again, and that's it. The decree was fulfilled that he had to die because of that. Because of this, because of the machloket, the arguments that they had between each other. It's very important to be in peace, right? We even know from the Zohar, in schut of one shul, one bet knesset, one synagogue, that they're going to be achdut, they're going to have no arguments and love between each other. Mashiach can come just for that. So we see here too. I guess that's about it for the Ari. Today's is your tzeit, the 5th of Av, and he passed away in 1572. And he passed all the Torah knowledge to Chaim Vital. Chaim Vital wrote it We have the Etz Chaim and all the Eight Sharim with Mavor Sharim we have too, and a couple other books that he has that the Rav Chaim Vital wrote. Even after his death, he used to come to Rav Chaim Vital for 15 years in his dreams to teach him to continue to teach him all the Torah. Okay, up to here.